I remember distinctly, I walked to school, it was about a mile and a half, and first store, broken windows, well, I said, maybe accident, who knows. And a little bit further down, another one. That was strange. And then with the third store, I realized something had happened. And then while walking to school, I saw the Jewish the windows of jewel stores broken, and I saw already in the distance the smoke. First I didn't know what it meant, but then I realized they are burning the synagogues. And then of course some of the teachers didn't appear because they at random took Jewish men and sent them to concentration camps, in this case Sachsenhausen. And of school we went along with about half of the faculty. And I remember distinctly, we got a little note, was sent home, saying, because of the special circumstances, report cards will be late this time. The school actually was an oasis. Once we entered the school doors closed behind us. It was a different world. Forgot all the bad times, the harassment. But one thing I never realized, that the teachers were heroes. They came to school every day. Eventually, at the light of imminent deportation, they still taught us. I didn't realize that by being true to the profession, they were everyday heroes. Now I realize what they have done, and I'm eternally grateful. I remember the Latin teacher. I remember him distinctly. His name was Königsberger. We called him Klopst because there's a very dish, Königsberger dumplings. And while he was quite rotund, at least at the beginning, we called him Klops. He taught Latin. He taught it well. I'm embarrassed how much I have forgotten. He always came in, rocking on his heels, and called out a sentence to be translated. And then he looked around and called on someone. And very often he looked at the front row, and there were sitting two timid girls, Gisela and Gisa, and it always happened. He asked the question, and then Guy, drawing it out, and the two girls in anticipation. And then the second syllable, sa was a la, then one girl. They didn't have to be concerned. They were excellent students. They both perished. And Klops, the teacher, perished too. Yes, I remember. A wonderful teacher. My parents really tried to leave, but where to go? We had some very distant relatives in the United States and some friends, but you needed an affidavit. And even if you had an affidavit, there was a quota number. It was not so easy. You just couldn't leave. And even then, too, at that time, if you had an affidavit and were ready to go, how did you pay for the passage? We call ourselves Homo sapiens, the wise man, but I sometimes wonder whether we should call ourselves Homo stultissimus, the most foolish one, saying we haven't learned and things can happen everywhere. You have to be on guard.